Welcome, everybody. Coach Kevin here. Welcome to our Thursday night session. I usually do a three-team rotation on Thursday nights after our game warm-up with and without the ball. So, welcome to this session on defending transition. We're defending transition week 3. This is a 5v5 format with 3 teams. We're breaking it down today into a dynamic drill that focuses on the essentials of transitioning from attacking to defending and vice versa. The activity is fast paced, intense, and tailored to help players develop quick decision making and tactical awareness during these transitions. So let's get into it. So we have 2 teams actively competing on the field, one team waiting around the field, around the pitch. It begins with the ball on the field, sparking immediate action, obviously. After each goal, the dynamic changes. The team that scored stays on the field, ready to defend against the new team, while the team that conceded leaves the field quickly, allowing the waiting team, so the bumpers, to enter and take their place. So, as you can tell, it's all about speed, focus, and adaptability, which is exactly the kind of pressure players need to face real game situations. So to keep everybody engaged and motivated, we'll keep a running score where each goal counts as 1 point. By the end, obviously the team with the highest score takes the win. The losers typically clean the field, so there's a little bit of a punishment there. Let's get into the organization of the activity. So the game takes place on the width of the 18-yard box and the length of 2 18-yard boxes. We would have 2 large goals at either end, or 1 and then 2 mini goals on the other side, or just 4 mini goals in total. Try to mark off the playing area. Set up the 3 teams with 3 different colors of shirts, obviously. So typically what I do is I put my back 4 plus my 6 on one team, and then my attacking wingers and attacking midfielders on one team, which are also usually the starters on the next game on the weekend, to create some group dynamics and synergy and etc. So this setup, so make sure obviously you have 1 or 2 goalkeepers ready. Setup ensures smooth transitions and keeps everyone involved at all times. The principles and the key coaching points that we want to focus on. So obviously we need to focus on some essential principles and coaching points in transitions. The goal is to maintain a high level of speed and intensity while we're trying to promote tactical and quick decision making. So here are some aspects to really emphasize with your players. So we're looking for quick transitions and intensity. That's number 1. So every time a goal is scored, transitions happen quickly. So the team that conceded leaves immediately. The new team enters as fast as possible. The quick turnaround builds a strong habit of maintaining focus and intensity throughout the activity. Players must be reminded not to take a mental or physical break while they're on the field or off the field. So we want to keep the intensity high. That replicates game-like pressure. We also try to teach the players to remain switched on or turned on and prepared to respond immediately. Number 2, for the players and the kids, effective communication. So as in any transition, communication is key and crucial. Defenders should be encouraged to constantly communicate with the players next to them and players in front of them, calling out marks, pressing areas, coordinating the defensive structure. So in this case, it's a 4-and-1 with my back 4 and my 6. Clear communication prevents gaps from forming during the quick changes of possession. So as a coach, you'll want to ensure everyone understands the rules from the start. So a quick practice run or demo may help so that players are confident and ready. Um, Number 3, we have our defending principles in transition. So obviously I mentioned the speed and intensity. So you apply immediate pressure on the ball. So as soon as the ball is lost, players closest to the ball, the nearest defender, should apply immediate pressure with speed and intensity, limiting the opponent's options and buying time for their team to regroup and get numbers behind the ball. So we have the speed, intensity, and the immediate pressure. We also have the compactness. So while one player presses, others must support by closing down nearby spaces, cutting off passing lanes, maintaining a tight, compact defensive shape. So distance between players and lines, try to minimize it. So that limits the opponent's ability to exploit gaps, and we force them into predictable areas. So we try to predict the play. Cover and balance. Obviously, defenders anticipate the opponent's next movement. Try to position yourself strategically to maintain a solid balance. They should always be prepared to shift or cover or to create multiple layers of defense. When one player gets beat, you want to be there to cover for your teammate. Lastly, focus on goal orientation and finishing. So obviously the name of the game is still scoring goals. So you try to encourage players to think about the attacking and attack efficiently and with a purpose and intent when they regain the ball. You should praise the right decisions, like opting to shoot when they see an opportunity, correct decisions that don't really support any goal-oriented play as a coach. It's about building habits that emphasize the importance of being decisive in the final third. So this 5v5 transition drill with 3 teams actually touches base on many aspects of the game and different phases and moments of the game. Variations to modify the activity, perhaps. So for a more adaptable approach, some variations here to make it easier or make it more complex or more difficult, depending on your players' skill levels and intensity and focus. So you can make it easier by increasing the field size a little bit. It allows them a little bit more time on the ball and gives players the extra space to adjust to the demands of the game. Another ways to make it easier is to ease the intensity, to wait until the new team fully enters the field before play resumes. So that provides a moment for them to get oriented before getting back into the action. On the other side, you can also make it harder, make it more difficult. So we can switch sides immediately after each goal. That means that the scoring team not only has to transition into defense, but must also adjust to defending from the opposite end, as shown here. The quick reorientation adds an extra level of challenge, testing their spatial awareness and adaptability under pressure. And yeah, that's kind of it. I think I touched base on everything shown here in the video for defending transition and this 5v5 transition drill. You can use this as a youth soccer drill. You can use this in senior level. This is an A level slash UEFA Pro session. So you can use this in different types of environments. To summarize, 5v5 transition game here brings out the critical aspects of defending and transitioning effectively. So by focusing on the principles, speed, intensity, communication, quick pressure, compactness, balanced defensive structure, what else did I mention? Players develop resilience and tactical intelligence that translates directly to real game-like situation and game-like matches. As a coach, make sure to remember to monitor the flow. Encourage your players to stay disciplined, especially when fatigue sets in, and it will set in if you do this, depending on what your cycle is, 10, 12, or 14-minute cycles. So with consistent practice, these fast-paced transitions will become second nature for your players, empowering your team to excel under pressure and control the game's momentum. So that's it. So I thank you all for listening, and I'll be back on Monday for our Technical Monday session. We start with the moment we'll be attacking in the attacking third, but that's from Monday. So thank you all for listening and hope to see you soon. Bye.